All right, hello, folks. Just popping on in to let you guys know, give you a brief update here, as Skinny also pointed out there in the Twitch chat. So sorry for the delays there. We're just waiting for the final match of that round of Swiss Cups to finish. So there'll be variables there, but it has now finished, and now we're splitting off again. So for those who didn't catch it towards the end of that last match, we will be going live now on all 3 channels for VR Master League. So over here on channel 1, as you can see, it's going to be Wireless Jacks versus Genesis. That's going to be casted by Dimwi and I. Over on channel 2, it will be Spaghetti versus Remainder, casted by Sputnik and Swiift and cammed by So Much for Subtlety. On channel 3, it's going to be There Is No Team versus Protostar, and that will be casted by Shepard and Skinny and cammed by Wit. So got, again, a full selection across our 3 Twitch channels, so whichever you decide to join and watch, thank you for doing so. With that said, I'll turn the music back up, I'll turn my voice off, and we will ideally get into the match soon. Right at the moment, we're actually maybe getting ready to start, so you won't have to wait too long. So right around the corner, be right back. All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Told you it wouldn't be too long. Thank you for bearing with us there on this, well, what's been a series of exciting matches, to say the least. It's been pretty crazy. Following Wireless Jacks all the way through wasn't necessarily the initial intention on the day, but they've almost demanded it with the gameplay and the quality of games that we've seen from them. So we're continuing on here. Wireless Jacks versus Genesis starting next in this 4th round of Swiss. So, SirDimwi joining me here again on the casting crew, and well, I know you're hyped for what you've seen so far, and this one's going to be an interesting one as well for a few different reasons.
No, it is going to be interesting. As you said, a few different reasons. One, Wireless Jacks, as long as if they win the next 2 games, this one against Genesis here in the round, the final round, round 5, they will be going to this coast qualifiers. As Will.i.am going to move in on the goal as my voice cracks, and Will.i.am off the backboard. 7 seconds in, Wireless Jacks going to score their first goal here on Genesis, and yeah, as well. Genesis kind of in a must-win situation as well, because one, if they can beat Wireless Jacks, they will be tied with Jacks, Ignite, and I think 1 or 2 other teams. But as well, if they do lose, that really kind of does take them out of the running. So they do need to win here if they want to stay in it.
Absolutely. Noticing the replay was busted on that one. Sorry about that, as Caden goes for the goal. So a lot of intrigue right here, and Wireless Jacks been blazingly hot, needless to say, as we cross our fingers for the replay. Yeah, there we go. But the question is, after that delay, waiting on all the Swiss rounds to finish here, the matches in that last round, will they be iced a little bit? They've been sitting here in this same lobby for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe more. Yeah, so that could be a factor. Let's see if it's going to put a stoppage to their momentum or not.
Yeah, and a good turnover there forced by Genesis as that one goes back into the Jack zone, but it is picked up by Gilligan. He gets stunned out, though, uncharacteristically. Caden doing some work there at the midline, but Gilligan ultimately coming away with it, sending it in deep there to Venom. Venom with an opportunity. He's going to back this one out, slow this one down, give Jack's opportunity to set up here. Not going to take any chances here. They want this victory as it's currently tied up. In this round 1 here, 8:20 to go. That pass over there back to Gilligan. Gilligan going to move in under pressure. Jaden Baker with the grab. Gilligan getting it back just for a moment as he gets stunned out. Venom now with it. Gonna send that one across there to Blitz. Blitz sending it across there. Ooh, looking for Venom, but it's off the mark. And now looks like Jack's gonna have to reset it here once again.
And good recognition initially towards that bow tie. Knew that there was a teammate in the general area. But Genesis, that said, they recognized, soft pass, maybe diveable, so they went out, they pressured it, and they got nothing else that clear. Maybe a goal, but just avoiding that, at least for the meantime, as H-Money now tries to collect it. But a big pile up there forming and now unfolding as it goes back to orange side.
So Venom with an empty net shot. He's going to get that one in 14 meters out. The chain was coming in to put some pressure on him, but they can't get there quick enough, and that's going to put Jax up now again by 3, breaking that tie, at least for now. But Genesis with another opportunity here as he get that joust advantage back. With still more than 7 minutes left to go here in this round 1. Genesis still a lot of room here to come back.
Absolutely. Well, again, Genesis coming off, I suppose, in maybe better rhythm than Wireless Jacks in the sense that they're not cooled off at all as that shot, well, will be a little bit off the mark. But, yeah, coming off of that victory against Spaghetti, we saw face Wireless Jacks about an hour ago or so. So, just, momentum may be there for Genesis. They were that last match to finish, and therefore not iced too much as this round continues.
No, that was a really ambitious shot there from Chocolate at mid on the defense. But H-Money get a good steal, sending this one across, looking for the hands there of Caden, but it's off the mark. Now going to bounce all the way back out to mid. And Jada Baker there with the grab. He's going to get stunned out, but not before he sends it in. But Venom with a grab himself. And now that one's going to get sent back into the Genesis zone. So it's going to be a race where a lot of stuns going off in the backfield there. One chain away. They do have a bit of a leech, but they do stun him out. Venom is out. But Chocolate, as he gets hands on it, the chain comes in. And that cross there to Gilligan. Gilligan taking the shot. Good for the 2. Putting it over the head of the goalie. And now Wireless Jacks up by 5.
Yeah, there we go. We'll be going for that shot there and capitalizing for the 7th point. So maybe a little slower out of the gates for Wireless Jacks, but certainly still in the control here with that lead, and see if that continues. Now,
so we'll be Genesis. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, also worth noting, actually, I might have to get back to that in a second, as a pass goes out and off. Seems like maybe some issues there with the stream end of things over on Channel 3, so apologies for that, for those maybe waiting on tint, as that shot, just goes through. Looked like another save from Will, which has just been the absolute theme of the day, if nothing else, but it will still go on through for the second goal here on for Genesis.
Actually, I do believe that went off the head of Will.i.am.
Oh,
he did get the head on it, and so he might get the credit for the save. Bounces in nonetheless. Yeah, he was coming out to challenge, couldn't get the grab on it. Goes off the head, off the left side of his cranium, and that just pops it right into the goal there. So good shot there from Genesis. Puts them up. They cut that lead down to 3 here, just under 5 to go. Wireless Jacks with possession moving into the Genesis zone.
Yeah, so Venom with that disc here, the newer addition to the team, and obviously it's paying dividends at the moment. I mean, just fiery game all around from him and from all the Jacks to go for that attack. A double dinger looked like off that post. Very unusual to see it go off of parallel corners like that, or parallel sides, and not go in. So it will be just another delivery here, but a good stun again from that defense, and the third attempt again, just shuttered out and now sputtered out, but Venom, the grab, the goal.
Yeah, you can see Venom and Blitz were both hanging out there on that side of the bubble, just waiting for that disc to come out as the scramble. Gilligan 1-on-3 basically, just causing all sorts of havoc behind the goal. And that forces the pressured throw just to clear. Someone just clearing it blindly. He goes right in the hands of Venom. Venom's able to put that in. The speed of that chain, it never ceases to amaze me as that shot. Very ambitious shot coming in from the tube there.
The thing is, so obviously another one of those running themes as they go in for a shot here. It's Caden just up from the corner, 1-on-1 on the goalie. So nice job there. Bring it within 3. But yes, speed is actually the name of the game of both these teams. When we talk about those stacks, obviously Chocolate being the hot topic anytime there's a Chocolate game. We talk about the speed. Anytime there's a Wireless Jacks game, we talk about the speed. So really, it's going to be another interesting battle on seeing who wins out. Kind of like against Spaghetti when Wireless Jacks was facing them. We talk about that stunner to stunner with Gilligan and Wyperm. Well, we'll see speed to speed between Genesis and Wireless.
And I don't feel bad about this, as Wireless Jacks are having a great day. The Wireless Jacks roll out with the orbital drop on that offensive launch there, and Gilligan is going to smack me for saying that when he watches his back inevitably, because he hates it when I call it that, because that's not what it is. But that's what we're going to call it anyways, just to annoy him on such a great day, as they're going to get an opportunity here. This one coming all the way down the bubble, empty goal, Blitz sending it back, giving it to will.i.am, who's going to set it in for that 2, and Jacks are going to go up by 5 here, just under 3 to go here in round 1.
There you go. So got it done. And it's 11-6. So it looks like, Genesis, they were starting to bring it back, but then again, some scores here will buy that buffer for Wireless Jacks. And still the first round. Time to burn. We'll see if H-Money can return that on this rollout. But that is not going to cut it, because cutting it off is Blitz in that passing lane. Now, also cutting it off, actually, H-Money. So right back at him. Anything you can do, I suppose, right? But goes back to the hands of Blitz again in the back lane. So just exchange of possessions back and forth, end to end, as Gilligan gets it and sends it.
The Senate, that one's going out towards that right too. Gets caught in that trap though. H-Money going to come away with it, but Gilligan sending out Choco Lick, going to get the grab. Trying sending out, but more ping-ponging here between these two teams. It just salvos back and forth. And now Jada Baker going to send that one up to Choco Lick. Choco Lick going to send that one back to H-Money. H-Money moving in with the anchor shot. Going to send that one in for the 3. And now Genesis within 2 with just under 2 minutes to go.
You know what? Sometimes fortune favors the bold, and that was bold, but you cannot deny the fact that it was timely. 1:30 left. They brought it right back within 2 points. Just really big shot there for Genesis. So they're still in this.
So Wireless Jack's going to roll out there with a rollout that Gilligan is very proud of. Talked about with him. But will.i.am, look at that. 10 seconds down the field. They get that one in for the 2. They push that lead back up to 4. And making that a little bit harder for Genesis to come back here. Still about a minute, going to have about 95 seconds for it to come out of the tubes.
Yeah.
And, see if they can make something happen here. They're going to have to do it quick.
Yeah, I saw earlier on, it was Mrs. Will in the chat saying strong start for Will. Well, maybe a strong finish at that towards the end of this round now, as Wireless Jack's just going to be on defense, not going to want to concede any threes, and that's really just going to be the name of the last 40 seconds here, is make sure they don't give away just these easy goals or these open threes, anything like that. That will not be in at all, because will.i.am again with another last-minute save in a round. Granted, that one a little bit slower off the backboard, but still, it is uncanny Will today in the last minutes of these rounds, over and over.
Yeah, Chocolate sounding like that tossing just a little bit too slow. Gave will.i.am a lot of time to react to it. Now that one's going to get sent into the bubble there, looking to get it to Caden. The Blitz is going to get the grab on it. 6 seconds to go here in round 1. This will be round 1, 2 Wireless Jacks, a round that they needed to win, obviously, if they wanted to keep hold on the lead here in this Swiss Cup, the Challenger Cup Series. It's going to be 13-9. Wireless Jacks here, and game high points going to will.i.am, believe it or not, with the 6, and will.i.am also with the game high saves of 4. So will.i.am again making a case for himself for the MVP of the series.
So I see also a raid by the by from Onward Master League channel, raiding with a party of 43. Well, welcome to the stream, my friends from the other side of the league. Happy to have you here for this exciting matchup. It's just, we've been following this team here, Wireless Jack, so I'll give you the lowdown for all you Raiders. Nightfire, stop it in. How the game's going? Fantastic. It's been some incredibly fun matches. Been following Wireless Jacks this whole time. Wireless Jacks, we're going into the 4th round of our Swiss right now, and they've already upset 2 higher-ranked teams. Wireless Jacks right on the edge of the gold division, and they've been just clawing all season long, all 12 weeks, for that gold. They almost had it towards the end of the regular season, couldn't quite secure it. And yet here going into this Challengers Cup to qualify, get into that top 8, Wireless Jacks remaining undefeated and even, again, beating out the higher ranked teams twice now to have a dominant performance, also with a newer roster member in Venom at that. So it's just been an incredible run here from Wireless Jacks, hence why we're still following them all the way through.
Yeah, it's been an absolutely phenomenal run for them. But Genesis is proving to be, that first round was just a 2-goal game, 4 points So Genesis definitely putting up a fight here against Jax. Jax trying to, but a good grab there from Choco Lit as he's going to send that one out through that right tube, going to stop that that offense there from Wireless Jax, force him to reset at the very least. But with H Money taking possession, Genesis maybe going to make something happen here.
And H Money trying to deliver it over to the side wall, now going down to the wedge. A little bit of a pileup about to form. Everyone overshooting, kind of eyeing each other instead of the disc. But there's a nice leech coming in as well from a Blitz. And Blitz trying to get that clear just partially into the pocket area here as it goes for the soft pass. Chocolate now down to H Money. And now defense, a little bit out of balance if Genesis does want to press it, but too much mustard on the pass, so back out it goes.
So back out, but H Money trying to send it back in on a no-look throwback. He did have a player in that area that he was sending it to, but it is going to be Jack sending it back in. And Gilligan with the stun out on the goalie, he's going to be able to pop that one in, and that's our first goal. 1 minute, 6 seconds into round 2. Gilligan's going to put that one in, and now Jacks are up by 2.
So, yeah, there you go. The speed of Gilligan, the speed of Wireless Jax, as I mentioned. And I'll mention it again for, our Onward friends coming in. These two teams, known as two of the faster ones in the league, for that matter. Just the stacks, the regrabs they get to get that bonus momentum is incredible. And you'll see it paying dividends an awful lot as Jada Bacon has it saved by Will.i.am. Another story that is developed and painted into a beautiful picture for the Wireless Jax. Will.i.am has had just an immeasurable amount of crucial saves. Granted, obviously early in this round, but I mean, the amount of clutch saves that Will has provided today, worthy of a highlight reel in itself.
No, absolutely. I mean, he has been the MVP of every single game he's been in. And Gilligan is going to send that one in from 13 meters out. Good for the 3. Wireless Jack's going to find themselves up by 5 here in round 2 with just about 7.5 to go. But yeah, Will.i.am, I mean, we've the 2 games prior to this where we saw them against Spaghetti and Ignite, we were given, at least I was given Will.i.am, and I'm sure I know you agreed with me, I think. But Will.i.am, that MVP, the unofficial MVP of the games, and he's doing it again here against Genesis. He's unstoppable today. Yeah. He's been absolutely on fire.
And again, it's not to take away anything whatsoever from the rest of the Wireless Jacks. It could not have been done without the rest of the team effort, no doubt. But just again, in terms of the crunch time moments, one specific name does happen to stick out as they go for a shot, sticking it through. Venom, the injection. And that's going to be 8 for Wireless Jax now.
Venom hits us 28 meters out. He's putting that one in for the 3. And yeah, Wireless Jax up by 8. Just 3 minutes in. They are starting to run away with this one. Genesis is really going to have to start making something happen here if they want any chance of coming back here in round 2 to force that round 3. But yeah, Jacks are just playing out of their minds. Blitz is going to force that turnover, sending this one in deep. It's not on the mark, but it looks like there is a player there. Venom getting the grab on it, but he's going to get stunned out. Jada Bacon taking it now. Going to send it down, looking to go through mid, but an unfortunate bounce goes right in the hands of Blitz. Blitz going to send it back in there to Venom. Can't get the grab on it, though, or actually sends it up to Gilligan, and he's going to back it out now for a reset for Jack.
Yes, 8 points up here. 6 minutes left in the second round for Genesis. They already came off. Talk about your upsets again. I mean, Genesis upset Spaghetti last round. Been a lot of that today. Going for a play, but maybe they're going to be upset because they missed it off the backboard. That's okay because they still got the lead, and they've got the stacks. There's a speed, and there is a recovery as it gets sent down mid, but intercepted at the end of the day and taken by Chocolate, who wisely resets now to just try and give his teammate time to actually recollect their thoughts and spread out for some passes now, as we can see.
Yeah, some beautiful passing from Genesis in that back and forth there. H Money to Chocolate to H Money, and then H Money back to Chocolate as Chocolate's cutting in on the goal. That was a beautiful sequence there, the give and go between those 2 players. That was highlight worthy in and of itself. Beautiful goal there. They finally get points on the board here. 4.5 minutes into round 2. Now down by 6 is Genesis.
Yeah, that was just a great 2-man game there being ran. As I said, one of the most basic kind of plays you could run in a sense, but one of the most beautiful ones when executed correctly. But speaking of execution, there's the man himself who's been executing every team that's come up against him today. Will with the shot, and it's up by 8 once more. Still halfway, though, through the second round, so time to spare. And I've been here before, haven't I, Dimwi, in the last few matches. If Wireless Jax can score 10 points in 5 minutes, as I've said a few times here, well, so can Genesis. I mean, these rosters, super talented. Again, Wireless Jacks upsetting higher ranked teams. Genesis upsetting higher ranked teams today. So anything can happen still.
Anything can happen still, but the stun from Venom, good to force that turnover. That boof shot, though, not going to go in. That's going to go off of that barrier, and I'll get sent back into that Wireless Shack zone, and that's a shot that I know Venom really hates, so I'm sure he's in comms right now saying, that's why we don't take those. And that one going to get sent in from the tube there, but H-Money, you got to get there first and send it back out, but right there into the hands of Blitz. Blitz moving in on the right side. Oh, no. Misplays it, but still gets it back over to Venom. Venom sending this one up to Gilligan with the Steves. He's going to back that one now to Blitz. Blitz going to try to get that one away as he's under pressure. And
oh, my goodness.
Gilligan, but he's going to get stunned out, and that one's going up to the ceiling and going to get slapped out.
Just purely for the highlight reel potential, I wish that shot would have gone, because that would have been one of the sickest passing plays I've seen all day long. But going for the reverse dunk, and you know what? Not bad consolation points. That's still up by a double digits now for Wireless Jacks as we get later and later into this second round. A quick update by the by. Just apologies, as on channel VRML channel 3, we were also supposed to have that cast there with Shepard and Skinny with Wit camming. However, getting an update a little while ago that there was apparently a tornado warning over at Wit's place, and he lost the power. So quite unfortunate. Hope he, wish him well. Hope he stays safe. And but that's the reasoning for that stream not going live. So our apologies as we get back into this game now.
Chocolate with an opportunity there, but Will.i.am. Just another stop, and that one behind the goal. Those are stops that are, they make you nervous when you're trying to make them. He comes out, makes it look easy, and this one's going to get sent all the way into the Genesis zone, bouncing behind that goal. And it is going to be Jax there first, but can't get the hand on it. And so H-Money is going to ultimately come away with it and send that one away all the way out into the Jax bubble here. Bouncing near the goal. Jax are there first, but 3 Genesis players getting there very quickly and now coming away with it. So maybe something happening here, but the stop there from Venom looked like a headbutt, and that one is now going to turn around here for Jax.
Yeah, it's not like the game is completely out of hand yet for Genesis to come back and force that round 3, but they just need to score quickly if they do. Again, Genesis is a team capable of putting up scores and bursts at times because of that speed, but I think, especially for Chocolate, not used to dealing with teams that are equal in measure at minimum. I'm not going to try and estimate to the decimal point, but both fast teams, and I think Jada Baker looking for the crab walk across the floor, entertaining me greatly for a moment, but not used to dealing with the speed in any case, as they kind of look in the mirror at each other here with these stacks.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much speed in this game, and Chocolate getting a grab on that one. Trying to send that one up, looking for a teammate there, but just off the mark, and now Gilligan is going to get the opportunity. He sends that one down to Venom. Venom now under pressure, sending that one across softly, maybe anticipating a chain coming out, but doesn't get there in time. Jada Baker is going to come away with it, so another turnover here.
And being patient.
H-Money on the ceiling. Go ahead.
Seeing the defense approaching there, but still patient enough to kind of analyze the situation, scan the battlefield, and maybe a miscommunication, actually. Not sure what happened there, but just giving it back to Genesis either or. Will get the goal, or the disc, but can they get the score is the question. Just a complete cap, a cork being placed in that goal and around that bubble, because Genesis is having a mighty difficult time breaking through for more than that one goal they scored early on.
And we are now approaching that mathematical time threshold, as they are 4 goals behind right now. Jada Baker going for an ambitious shot. He does hit it in from 10 meters out. Good for the 3. That brings him back within 7. So that's still 3 goals away minimum. And at least one of those has to be a 3 here. So it's still possible. I mean, as I was talking about that mathematical time, they did score. So if they're quick, it's possible for Genesis to come back to force that round 3. But that hill is steep.
Yeah, it is. And once again, for our Onward viewers joining us, I promise you that mathematical time thing, it's an inside joke. It's a meme. We're silly, but we're not that silly. Well, sometimes we are. But Venom here, he's going to go and be actually knocked silly safe there by Caden. Important there, but at the same time running out. And, Wireless Jacks, they've had... they're going to continue to roll here. I mean, Blitz getting it over, just needs to clear it. I mean, either way, they're good to go. So Genesis, despite the upset against Spaghetti, unable to upset Wireless Jacks here. And Wireless Jacks feeling mighty good as they will continue to be undefeated.
Feeling good enough for Blitz to try to pull off a little steez there. Goes for behind the back, no-look shot. And, good stop there from Caden. But, yeah, that is going to be the game. Wireless Jacks are going to take this in round 2, 12-5. Really coming away and dominating that game there. Wireless Jacks was, and now they do hold on to that undefeated record here in this Swiss Challenger Cup Series in North America. That does that actually does mean Genesis is now out of the race here. That does put them 2 down on the day. And as Wireless Jacks are undefeated, they can only lose 1 more. So really, anyone else still in it, we're gonna have to wait for those games to report in. Looks like Ignite did win their game, so Ignite is still technically in it here. That was against Space Force, so Space Force is out. Yeah, Space Force is out as well. So that's the situation we have going on right now. But yeah, Jax with another convincing win here today. And yeah, they just have to win 1 more, and they're going to the closed qualifiers.
Yeah. If nothing else, I will say that this game that just ended here versus Genesis, that was pretty much the trap game, I think, for Wireless Jacks. Because again, they came across those 2 gold-ranked teams there in Spaghetti and Ignite, and came through successfully. But Genesis, another one, not too dissimilar from Wireless Jacks in the context of teams who are liable to upset you if you don't take them seriously enough. Kind of Wireless Jacks a slow creeping dark horse, but certainly lighting it up as of late, and people well aware, I think, as of the last several weeks, what they can do when they're feeling it. For Genesis, seeing again some roster changes there, and integrating Chocolate into the mix, but they're a team again who, if you don't take them at play at full, maximum respect, essentially, you are very liable to be, well, embarrassed and beaten. We've seen it happen from so many teams across the league, and so I think for that one, a little bit of a trap game, and Wireless Jacks did not fall into said trap. They still executed the way they needed to do. Maybe a little bit lower scoring output compared to the previous matches and some of those rounds, but still just as effective at the end of the day in securing the points and securing the rounds. So hats off to them. Meanwhile, over on Channel 2, by the by, VRML Channel 2, it is a Spaghetti and Remainder in the 2nd round currently. Spaghetti took the 1st round. 2 minutes left in the 2nd round, and Remainder is actually up by 2. So it could be eyeing a 3rd round matchup there over on VRML Channel 2 if you guys want to redirect your attention over there. Can definitely go for that. So post the link for you there as well, just in case. But see, Mippy asking why don't we do sub emotes? We will. In fact, we've already got one submitted awaiting approval, so we're getting them out there. Don't you worry. Especially after the last few weeks, and even yesterday, all the Twitch hype and the subs. I mean, again, yesterday we had during the casts on VRML 1, 51 community subs were gifted. Ridiculous. And that was following 2 or 3 weeks ago during one of the hype games, Kangos versus Joker, I believe it was. We had 46 subs gifted. So I got the message. Don't you worry. We're going to have, hopefully in time for championships and stuff like that, but especially for season 2, definitely going to direct my attention to making sure the Twitch channel is nice and fresh for all you fine, fresh folks on the stream. Worry not. See, VTS King stopping by as well again from Ignite with, speaking of emojis, I'm a fan of that VTS King lol emoji. It's a good one. Jay DeBaka as well hopping on by from Genesis. We just saw them play there. And yes, good to see you folks dropping in here. We have one more round still to go of this Swiss tournament. In fact, can pull up the schedule or the brackets for you. Fingers crossed nothing breaks on me, because I have a tendency to adjust things last minute. But there we go. Okay, we got that going. Can see the brackets. I know someone asked about that earlier, and quite frankly, I just forgot that I actually had that available to me. But there you go. You can see the Wireless Jackson just pulling a strong effort, leading the way. No doubt, this was their time to show up, and they did.
That they did, and there is still one more round to go here. So they still have to win one more here to be sure that they're going to be going to the finals. But yeah, they climbed the mountain. They beat pretty much all the other teams that were still contending with them. Ignite still technically in it. We're looking to see maybe Remainder. No, because it was a Remainder who Ignite beat. So yeah, we're waiting to see. No, it's not. Anyways,
Yes,
yeah, it
it
was
is.
Remainder versus
I don't know.
Spaghetti.
Duck,
Excuse me.
duck,
So we're
duck
still waiting to
season.
see Remainder. But yeah, Ignite's still technically in it. If Wireless Shacks gets a loss in this round 5, but we're gonna wait to see. Yeah, really excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, to be determined. And again, we're going to be heading off there soon. And it's still on Channel 2. Let's see what happened there. So yeah, it is going to a round 3, it looks like, there on that Remainder Spaghetti game. Looking at the rest of the brackets here, for those still listening to my voice for some reason and not watching that Spaghetti game for some reason, there you go. You know, one more round of Swiss to be played here in this Challenger Cup. We got most of the scores confirmed, just waiting on Protostar and There Is No Team, and of course this Remainder and Spaghetti game, which has one round in Remainder before we see some scores produced out of that. So be on the lookout for sure. See Whirlwind Winter stopping by. So talking about those very generous community subs being given in recent weeks. Whirlwind Winter was one of the ones with a whirlwind of subs a few weeks ago. Definitely appreciate that. Just a lot of people supporting. And no, that's not your cue to do it again. Do not do it again. I mean, not that I don't appreciate it, but I don't know. Sometimes you guys get ridiculous. I don't know about you. I feel bad. But no, the hype has been great. Again, I mean, hitting our season peak viewers multiple times and breaking those records basically. You know, before this week throughout the regular season, I think our peak was somewhere around the 85 realm, maybe 85 to 90, somewhere along the lines. Yesterday, we broke to 110, 109, 110, something like that. So, yeah, it's been fun. Surely people aren't still in here listening to me, right? You're watching Channel 2, yes?
I'm still here.
Oh, not you. I'm just... I didn't say Dimwi. I said Shirley. I'm not calling you Shirley, Temple. But yeah, Newton in there as well. 100 plus. Yeah, it was definitely poggers. Kermit the Frog from Mippy. That's definitely Froggers. See what I did there? Yes, indeed. So yes, why are you people still here?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. I don't know. I mean, it all fits so well together. Got poggers, we got froggers, we got all this chat loggers of people getting all excited and hyped. Whirlwind saying, casters don't get enough love for everything that they do. Wouldn't be possible without you guys. I appreciate that. You know, glad to have people watching and enjoying, for that matter, and SirDimwi here casting beside me. The other channels, of course, SputnikKobra, Swiift, Shepard, and Skinny, who are intending to cast but unable to due to Wit's tornado situation, unfortunately. So, and we have so much for subtlety camming. I mean, I don't know. There's unspoken heroes everywhere you go. I think cameramen, you know, having subtlety and wit available to do the excellent camera work that they're doing, that's as crucial as anything. And they're not in a speaking role, so they're even less on a pedestal, I suppose, where, you know, they definitely deserve credit as well. And then the teams, for that matter, we wouldn't have hype matches without hype teams. You know, well, getting into these streams and actually performing at the level that they do. So it's really all a mutually beneficial effort. What do they call it? Symbiosis, I think. Feel free to correct me, Dimwi. I'm sure you know the answer.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. I'm allowing myself to get distracted. I apologize. I'm just happy. You know, it's a good day. It's just a beautiful day outside, and you know, I get to see it through my window. Of course, I'm stuck inside doing the casting. I shouldn't say stuck, because I love doing this. It's so much fun. But yeah, it's just so I can't correct you because I probably missed what you just said. Because as I said, I'm too distracted. I'm allowing myself to get distracted. I shouldn't be doing that.
Don't worry
but
about
yeah,
it.
just really excited for this round 5. I mean, really want to see, you know, I really want to see Wireless Shacks pull through. You know, I've been close with these guys for a while now, and I mean, you know, we do things outside of the game as well. I mean, all gaming related, but you know, we you know, we've all become really close friends, and I'm really excited for them. I really want to see them pull this off in round 5.
Yeah. I mean, suffice to say, it applies to everyone involved in this stuff, right? That's why we're here. It's why we woke up so dang early. Not that I'm complaining, because I'm not, believe me. But yeah, last couple of nights, mostly sleepless nights for me. Mostly because I was so excited to wake up and cast. Honestly, it's what it comes down to. It's hard to sleep when you're anticipating something, right? And that's kind of I already have a problem sleeping without the casts, being there and exciting things that I'm anticipating. But when you throw in the fact that, yeah, we have these higher stakes matches this weekend, was anxiously awaiting its arrival, especially going 5 whole days without casting a single match between weekend to weekend. That hasn't happened for months, so unusual for me, which is why I'm glad to be back. Yeah.
It is nice. It's on the one hand, yeah. I mean, you have more time during the day, but you kind of miss doing it, and But what I do like about it is this time the chances of me blowing out my voice by finals go way down. We were just doing the 2 days and then taking 5 days to rest.
Yeah.
Well, generally speaking, well, actually, no, we are still going to get the 5 days because we do have that in a few weeks the Rookie Cup coming up. So that'll kind of go right in the middle of it'll be, I think it's a little over a week.
It'll space out
now.
It'll space out nicely actually because next weekend we don't actually have any tournaments on for VRML in the season 1 capacity. So next weekend Mother's Day and speaking of blowing out voices, Mother's Day, and we decided to just move things forward by a week. So nothing next weekend for Cass. However, a few days after that, May 13th and 14th, that will be the Rookie Cup, the Rookie Crossplay Cup, welcoming all these new Quest users, so many of them, into the arena and into competitive play, giving them that first taste. So yeah, that's going to be Wednesday and Thursday, not this week, but a week from now. And that'll be our next cast. We'll stream a good chunk of them on VRML Twitch channels here as well. So getting those new players the healthy feature. And there's already 3 days in, over 100 signups between the registered players as well as the coaches for the tournament. So much activity on the signups, and because of open beta coming in 2 more days on the 5th, we ended up having to, well, when I say we, Hasco, Ducky, and Skinny, they're the main organizers, so credit doesn't go to me at all in this case, but because of that, they had to cap the signups at 164 just in case, because that Rookie Cup absolutely blowing up in a short amount of time in a closed beta capacity, so it's pretty ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, I mean that's so exciting to see all the new players that really want to get in it, and really exciting the prospect for it as far as it applies to season 2, because how many of those guys are going to take the next however many weeks or months it might be to get together and to train up and to try to compete in VRML come next season. Really excited for all the things happening currently around the community, around the league, around the game. I mean, this is a good time to be involved.
Yeah, absolutely. It's even not only the Rookie Cup, but even these cups today. We saw it a little bit here in the European matches earlier today. We saw it a little bit here in the North America, not as much as yesterday, where we had several of those newer teams in North American Cups. But essentially, these cups kind of act as a I suppose for some of these teams who have been involved in the league all season, it's kind of a swan song. It's their chance to, if they don't manage to advance, it's still their chance to show off kind of as the season ends. This is what they can do. This is how much they've improved. This is where we're going into season 2. So yeah, a swan song for those teams, and yet a sneak peek, a little taste for these other teams, because we have several newer teams forming here going into the qualifying cups. And that's just kind of our little sneak preview of what to maybe expect going into Season 2 with some of these roster changes, some more new members, both rookie and veteran, hopping into the league. A lot of stuff going on, and it's fun to watch. And as I said, that's what I kind of live for here. As much as I love seeing and casting all these veteran teams, these experienced teams, I legitimately do enjoy casting these new teams just as much, because it's so fun seeing the progression over the months.
No, it is. I mean, we've watched over Season 1. certain teams really make a name for themselves. Gambit is a great example. Genesis is a great example. I know there's more that are slipping my mind right now, but there are so many teams. I mean, who was it?
I mean,
I'm forgetting the
I could go
name.
for hours here. Like, here, you tell me when I hit one. We had Skull Crusaders, granted disbanded, but still showing up. We had
Yeah.
Mirage. We have Mirage High Voltage, formerly known as Planet Express. Gambit, as you mentioned, 6 foot over, integrating their Saluna was on Mirage, right? And 6 foot over now. And Joe Schmo getting into that team there lately. I mean, on the European side, seeing the rise of all these new teams coming in, whether it's Team Gecko, whether it's Paradox, watching Weebs. I mean, who else am I missing? We have Invictus. Just so many teams, Dimwi, that are fun to follow and see the growth there. And again, Wireless Jacks has been one of them. Granted, starting more in the silver space and working up towards that gold division. But yeah,
Yeah, no, it's definitely fun to see the progression and see how teams settle in once they get together and get some time together.
yeah. Newton in the chat saying, first, a little bit late in this one, but saying people must respect the hustle that you guys do. Oh, as far as hustling goes, I mean, I'm sweating, nothing else. I'm stuck and planted in my chair here, but boy, is it hot. It's an oven, but been worth it, definitely. And like I said, it's mutual, right? We're cast as much as we can because the teams deserve it. They work hard. We work hard. They work hard. Mutual. Boom. Symbiosis, or mitosis, or other osis words. Either way, it's all collective thing.
Yeah,
Building it to where we want it to be down the road.
absolutely. Yeah.
And also asking there, it says, can't wait to see, Newton says. I'm curious about that rookie cup. What counts as a good rookie? That will be a question. Again, this cup as well, it's not just a matter of rookies alone. There's also coaches being integrated into the mix. So that's another thing. You can have this raw talent available. I mean, there's already a lot of video, a lot of content available to watch if they so desire, thanks to all these streams and things that we do. It's easier than ever, but you factor in the player coaches, that's a whole other thing that could be very, very interesting. If I had the time for it, I would consider coaching as well. I mean, we had briefly the coaching team, kind of new Eclipse that formed in preseason. Wasn't able to stick to it as long as I would like. There's just so much casting and some of our players in the casting team going to various other competitive teams, and then we had Wit modding, so couldn't quite extend the life of that as much as I might have liked. But we did at least get the chance to coach a few of those teams and a few of these players who we have indeed seen stay in the league since then. So it's all exciting. It's all fun to watch, and it's all fun to do.
Couldn't agree more. Absolutely. It is a lot of fun.
Now on Channel 2, if again, for some insane reason, there's more than a couple people listening to me talk for the last 15 minutes and not watching that Spaghetti and Remainder game. That one is about to end here. 25 seconds left. And Remainder, actually. Ooh, Remainder about to take it. They're up by 4, and yeah, no time left. So another upset coming in. And that is just the story of the day. Everyone upsetting each other, except for the casters. I'm not upset at all. We're mighty entertained, and that's a very good thing. Nothing to be upset about. But yeah, interesting results there, for sure. So with that, the match is over. Remainder does, in fact, take the 3-rounder over there on VRML Channel 2. Thus, we'll finally be going to our our 5th and final round of this this cup. Right around the corner. We'll bring the schedule up for you one more time, just to, or the brackets rather, give you a look at that. And momentarily here, we're going to go on mute as we recollect ourselves on the casting and one final time distribute ourselves amongst the crew and into the last couple games and last couple streams of what has been just a very successful weekend. for the league and for the players. So take a gander, and yes, we will be right back in hopefully the next several minutes. So stay tuned. And, oh, Newton saying real quick, I can't ignore a pun. Relaxador helps. Need a recording of you just talking. Helps me sleep. I'm not trying to be Asmer here. ASMR, whatever it is. But I think, thank you. Hopefully, hopefully that applies just here during the 15, 20-minute intermission and not to the actual streams themselves. Because if so, I'm going to start yelling in your ear a lot more. Gotta pump it up. But yes. I don't know. If you want to listen to me just talking, you can look at my old YouTube videos. Not all too proud of them, but my old ones that aren't edited very much at all. Before I learned what a caster's voice was and would just talk at a very, very low monotone volume. So if you want to be relaxed, there's stuff there that's a few years old, I suppose. But yes. So we'll be back on that note. Appreciate you though, Newton, for stopping by and chatting. And yes, stay tuned for our final matchups coming up soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. We're doing it. Round 5 of the Swiss Cup of the Challenger Cup here in VR Master League. It's going to be Ignite returning here on this channel versus Remainder over there on the blue team. And so on the casting desk for, again, the final time of this weekend, I'm Palidore, and by my side, the man, the myth, the dimwit, SirDimwi.
That is a cruel rumor that you are perpetuating right now. I do not appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, in this moment, I am quitting. I'm just kidding. This is a matchup I've been looking forward to.
You can't quit.
Ignite
I'm fired.
And, Ignite Remainder. Remainder of that newer team coming in here today. Mizuchi, Mamba, Skyla, B-Love. I love watching these guys play as we start here in round 1.
Yeah, we got the eye on them. Actually, started this stream, if my memory serves. Seems like it was so long ago, but yeah, starting the stream with Remainder versus Wireless Jacks, and ending the stream with Remainder versus Ignite. So hopefully here we got ourselves a great final game. It's just been a day full of amazing ones as it's taken out here by Franz. And getting it to Wolf's hands, a lot of clustering before the clear.
Yeah, that one's going to get cleared out through that left tube there. And the chain is away for Ignite. They're trying to get to it, but they can't get the grab on it. But they do have another player coming in. That is NTS France, who is going to pop that one in for the 2. That's 37 seconds in as somebody crying out why there after that goal. And yeah, good goal it was from Ignite, taking that early lead.
Absolutely, and Newton saying, is calling him SirDimwit an insult, or is it his full name? Both. No, just kidding. Dimwit, once upon a time, was his full name, although he will deny it these days.
That is not true. There was never a T in my name.
It took me a good while to get used to Dimwi, a few months really before it was supernatural. But anyway, he's just trolling as he typically does. Speaking of Sheila here, that discussion going on Discord on the pronunciation of Skyla/Sheila's name. What it actually is, who knows? It's all Dimwi's game.
It is, to be fair to Skyla, it is pronounced Skyla as a boob shot coming in. That one's going to be a bit too high, but Ignite is going to get there quickly. Wolf is going to put that one in for the 2, and Ignite's going to go up by 4. Yeah, to be fair, respect the Skyla. It is Skyla. I just call him Sheila to mess with him just because I don't know. I can't help myself. It's a compulsion.
Yeah, and well, that's okay. You know what? We love you for who you are, and I think you. As a caster here in VRML, people respect the word of Dimwi, even if it's sometimes a troll, So we'll be over here to Skyla talking about him and then looking for that clear.
Good clear, good game IQ there to send it off the wall to get it out of the zone. It's going to bounce all the way into the Ignite bubble here. VTS King is there, but he's by himself.
And there was
he's going to move it out of the bubble. Sorry, go ahead.
There was a lot of brawls going out there on the other end just to deny the stacks for a very, very long time as that long shot's taken but not made.
Now, some back and forth here. Skyla coming away with it, but sending it out right into VTS King's hands. VTS going up there. Wolf going to back it out to Duel. Duel coming in. Oh, what a grab there from Mamba to stop that one, and that one's going out. And Mamba, a target of some of my name funniness there. I like to call him Mamba from time to time. As that long shot coming out, but it is going to be Franz there to get the grab and turn it around.
But right back again, talk about the turnaround. It's back to the hands here of Remainder. There's Mizuchi, a champion in his own right, unable to convert on the shot just barely, but the rebound will be good from Skyla. How about that quick gather and that fling? 2-point shot there, 4-2 now.
Yeah, it was off that Mizuchi taking that shot there on the empty net. Goes a little bit wide, but the bounce is fortunate. It comes right down to Skyla, who's able to pop that one in on the goalie. Good for the 2, and now Remainder's on the board, cutting that Ignite lead in half. 4-2 here with just about 6.5 to go here in round 1.
Yeah, and see, cruising in there, saying Mizuchi, tisk. Hey, we all miss from time to time. See Andy W. Angering me because he came up with a pun before I did. And that was raw as Miss Sushi. But yes, it will be Franz here with the tisk.
Audible groan.
And welcome to the stream. I'm sure you're glad you came now based off of that. Worth it, right? Let me tell you something, Andy, real quick. Separate from all of that, though. Wireless Jacks today, if you haven't caught it, popped off. That's all I'm going to say. Undefeated so far. Many upsets. Yes. But welcome to the stream. Glad to have Cruisin' in there. Glad to have Andy in there. And glad to have, well, Ignite and Remainder in here as in the containers. B-Love, there's the 3 from 12 meters deep.
Love with the cannon there, putting that one in for the 3, and that's going to put Remainder up by 1 now over Ignite, which is definitely something to write home about. Ignite, a very competent team, one of the oldest teams, one of the oldest rosters, not in terms of age, just how long they've been together. One of the oldest ones in the league, and definitely a lot of respect to Team Ignite. I played against them, I played with them, and yeah, Remainder taking a lead here over them is substantial.
I'm glad you clarified the age thing. Far in the chat right there is about to take huge exception to it, I'm sure. As a good, deflection off the bottom and somehow wound up in the hands of Wolf, who'll just put that home for a 1-point advantage here for Ignite.
Now teams trading leads here. Ignite pulling ahead with 1. We're just under 5 minutes remaining in round 1 here. This could be either team's game as Mizuchi coming out upside down. He likes that's his preferred orientation as that one bounces through that tube, not on target. Now going to get sent back in. Going to be near goal, but not quite on. Taking that bounce to the left there, but into the hands there. France. Oh, what a stop there. Skyla with the stop. And yeah, wow, sending it all the way back out into the Ignite zone. So chains are going to be racing for it here.
That was off the chain is what it was. Skyla now turning around to look for that grab on the teammate coming through, but getting it back is Franz again. These steady hands. Quite frequently here, he's the one with the control of the disc and just finding those back passes as well. And over here, though, B-Love getting it at Bowtie, and he'll back it out. We know he's not shy to be patient with when he passes as well.
B-Love is a very, very knowledgeable player. Mizuchi, though, great feed there to Skyla, who's going to set that one in for the 2, and now Remainder going up again by 1 here. But yeah, that's B-Love he's got a great mind for the game. He his strategies, everything he does is on purpose. He knows exactly what he's doing and where he's going, and he can be a real field general as well. He's great at making the call outs and kind of just leading in the calm.
Yeah, I mean, B-Love, no stranger to competition. One of the original X Games competitors from what I recall too, and just he knows how to get it done in any kind of sport, physical or otherwise. He's a general, and he's got that experience. I see
deep send in there. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I see in the chat Andy was mentioning Remainder doing good there. Yeah, they've been again coming in here. This new roster, obviously not new players by any stretch. They actually just upset Spaghetti in the last round. Right now, it's going to be Wolf. He's very happy to get the shot. A lot of time to just walk it in. But yeah, Remainder actually took a 3-round victory over Spaghetti. So maybe call that one an upset, perhaps. Spaghetti going into the matches today were the highest ranked team in this cup. But they've been upset a few times there. It started with Wireless Jackson, extended to Genesis, and then Remainder. But definitely, Remainder, a team who would not be surprising, especially if this roster continues into Season 2, to follow them, and I'm sure they would have a lot of success in this league just knowing the caliber of players we're dealing with.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They are, this is a team you can see moving forward. It's Mizuchi's going to get the grab there. Very competent players. I mean, every single one of them is dangerous in their own right, and I'd love to see them stick together after this here and try to mold together more as a team and make something happen in Season 2.
But at the moment, and yes, very much agreed, but at the moment, 2 minutes left here, less than 2 minutes in fact, and it is just back and forth. Ignite with a 1-point advantage, so they don't necessarily need to force anything, but they're definitely going to want to get another goal if they can, just off some steady play. But look at that, Skyla again. That's the second time in that bubble that he's just had a really good grab. Call it a steal, a save, either way. Kind of half and half, it got the job done, but Ignite right back on it was Wolf with a clear.
So that one all the way down into the Wrath, not the Wrath zone. I did it again, once more, Remainder. And that one's going to get sent to that right tube. I apologize. All the way down into the Ignite bubble. And Mizuchi trying to get there. He's under a lot of pressure, and he does get stunned out there by Wolf, and that one's going to turn around now.
Absolutely. Just the pressure high from Ignite. Trying to get back onto the defense at the moment. And or on the disc, I should say, on the other side of the floor. And once twice. Got the goal eventually, and VTS King. So took a little extra time, but with that, I mean, 11-7, 43 seconds left. That just might be enough here for Ignite to take the first round.
Yeah, not quite an ice, but well, actually, no. 4 points. Yeah, that's going to be the ice on the game. Ignite's going to take round 1 here with 30 seconds to go. Remander's going to try to get some points on the board because the points do matter in those tiebreakers. If we get that far, if say Wireless Shacks happens to lose this 5th round, but with 17 seconds to go, we are out of that time. And Wolf going to take this one, send this one back. Does find the hands there. VTS King going to move this one in. A pass in there. Wolf trying to push in on the goal. Takes a shot, but what a stop there by Mizuchi. He's going to send it away, and that will be the end of round 1 here. Ignite taking it 11-7.
I like that. So even though the game was already out of hand, no matter what this round that is to say, it's still those kind of plays at the end of rounds. Any kind of good vibes, good momentum that you can get, it's still going to contribute to a stronger start in round 2 a lot of the time. So good job there from Mizuchi.
Great stop there from Mizuchi. He did pick up, it looks like that was his 1 save on the game. Mama coming away with 1, Scala with 1. Then 1 apiece to NTS France and VTS King, both working goalie duty over there on Ignite. Game high points going to Wolf 23, pulling away with 6 points on the round. VTS King with 3, NTS France with 2, Skylar with 4, and B-Love with 3. Mizuchi also picking up 2 assists on that. So definitely helping out on offense. We saw one of those assists coming on a shot he took. It went a little bit wide, but right into the hands of Skylar. Was able to plant that one in. And yeah, so a close game there. Remainder really making a case for themselves as a team. And since it's their first day of official games together as a team, and as I said, I'd love to see them push on towards season 2.
Absolutely. On the same team, maybe. At least as individuals. I hope they're all on teams. But definitely, this is on paper, solid roster as any. As I said, it's not going to be an uncommon theme to see these rosters change up and shake up between seasons, or even as we wound down the last week or so of the first season. But, you know, if you find teammates you're comfortable with, you're happy with on a personal level, and you mesh well chemistry-wise, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Hope to see them all stick with it here as we launch off in round 2. And by the by, Cruzen says there, fun fact, Mizuchi taught me how to play goalie, no cap. Quite the praise, knowing what kind of goalie that Cruzen is for those who are somehow unaware.
No, it is quite the praise, but also a testament to Mizuchi. He's been around for a while. He wasn't in. He was doing the CVRE, the Collegiate League, and what a stop there! It looks like a headbutt
on cue.
Yeah, right on cue. And yeah, he was playing in the Collegiate League, CVRE, for St. Clair. He was a stalwart goalie there. He was a legendary goalie in that league. Was a champion in that league as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, wow, VTS King though, taking that feed there from Wolf, being able to plant that one in. That's going to be our first 2 on the game here in round 2. 43 seconds in.
The first 2 there for them. But yeah, going back to Mizuchi, absolutely, we saw him compete last in VRML as far as I recall on the permanent team back in preseason there, playing with Inverted on that roster. And you know, coming in hot here. There's Wolf with the disc.
Yeah, he's going to now pass that one back to Duel there. Duel going back to Wolf, looking for that give and go, but it's just off the mark. And now Mizuchi's going to turn this one around. Trying to send it out to that left too, but VTS King trying to track it down, but back. Oh, a little back and forth there, but Skylar getting the grab, and now trying to turn it around here for a remainder.
Trying to find that goal, or that midline clear, just kind of ricocheting everywhere there. So instead, Wolf 23 takes that away. See Far in the chat saying, "I'll shoot Cruzen's lights out." He's still the homie though. Yeah, agreed on both counts. Lights out all day here as we go out for again this final match of what's been a string of successful streams and fun to watch ones at that.
Absolutely, you know, VTS King going to move this one, and still just a 2-point game, 1-goal game. B-Love getting a big steal there on VTS King, who looks a little surprised by it almost. As that one gets sent back into the Ignite zone, now taken by Skylar. Skylar moving in. Under a little bit of pressure, he's going to give his team time. Sends that one across to B-Love, but a good read there from NTS Franz. And he's going to send that one back down towards mid. Mizuchi trying to collect. He can't get to it, but Wolf is going to get that stolen by B-Love, and B-Love going to send this one in, actually up to Skylar. Skylar, he's going to take that shot. It's going to go just high, though.
And right eventually to the hands of Zooch, getting the disc knocked loose. And back into the tunnel as it gets cleared. They're trying to get a leech there, but unable to, so Ignite may be in position here if they can collect a little bit of a stray play, but Franz, he got it. It's 5 points here, uncontested so far for Ignite.
You know, you just reminded me, I haven't been calling Mizuchi by the name I gave him a while back when he was competing. I think it was in the preseason.
Zucchini?
I called him the Zooch, and the Zooch is loose was what I shouted when he scored. And I know he scored a couple goals there early on in round 1 of the Challenger Cup, and I feel like I missed some opportunities there. So Mizuchi, if you're listening, which you're not, well, you shouldn't be, score some goals so I can say your name. And oh, Wolf! With the shot, 18 meters out, going to put that one in, and that's going to put Ignite up by 8.
There you go. So strong start to second round, and I think, well, Wolf heard you. I guess Wolves have good ears, if nothing else. Maybe a little bit of a misread on the name, but nonetheless, Dimwi says score. Wolf says, I will. Some more. As Mizuchi here rolls out with that disc, and going to be contested by Franz before that pass. And look at that secondary stack. Wow, that was blazing.
Yeah, that one going to get sent in, picked up by Franz, and he's going to pop in another one, and that's good for the 2. And now with 6 minutes remaining here in round 2, Ignite is up by 10. And that is a pace that is, yeah, that's hard to contend with. Remainder is going to have to start doing something here in round 2 if they want any chance to come back and force a round 3 here. They're going to have to start on this joust here.
Whoa, getting his head kind of stuck in the geo. Luckily didn't pay for it. That was unusual, but nonetheless, they still retain the disc for a moment. However, the stacks from Ignite, here comes again, and it's a dozen for Duel and Ignite. 5:30 left, and that was, 12 seconds into that joust.
You know, it's still far too early to call anything about the end of the game here, but this is not the pace you want to be up against. 12 points before we even get to the halfway mark. Remainder really going to start buckling down here. Calm it down. Just remember, it's, oh my goodness. What? How do you calm it down with the speed of the chain like that? That was ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say.
Wolf right there. Talk about just the absolute, I mean, from Ignite, booming it. There was a lot of sauce on that play. I'm not sure if it was headbutted or just slapped through, but I mean, there was an incredible amount of strength on whatever that was, bouncing everywhere before finally finding the orange side of the floor. For how long? Not too long, as it's going to be taken back and cleared on out, but to the intercepted hands here of Skyla.
So Skyla doing some juking with his blocks in the tunnel, gets a good pass out there to Mamba from a really steep angle, and that one's good for the 3 from 8 meters out, and now Remainder finally on the board here. Just about halfway through, a little over halfway through, 12-3 though, still in favor of Ignite.
Newton saying, Pally, I think you meant mustard. Well, I gotta vary it up. I can't go with mustard all the time. I mean, mustard's a type of sauce, right? Right?
The answer was mustard. It is mustard comes from mustard seeds.
Well, I must digress, as I'm just going to get away from whatever pun I was attempting to make. Doesn't matter. Mustard is now sauce. Fight me. As right here, it's Mamba trying to fight back with a shot that looks potentially great. What a hit from deep in the tunnel, 45 meters out.
And just like that, Remainder's cutting the Ignite lead in half. They're now down by 6, still 3.5 minutes to go. That's only 2 goals if they can hit a couple more threes. 3 goals if it's 2s, but still, I'm sure we all passed kindergarten math, so we're going to come out on the joust here.
Don't you speak on my behalf, sir. I resent that.
Well, they did have that show. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader for a while, and it turned out a lot of people weren't, and I'm pretty sure I was one of them.
I feel personally attacked by that show's title.
Ooh,
but over here, off the top of the bubble, taken back, sling through, and a 6-point game, 3 minutes left. They're still going to be in it, and Franz with the disc here for Ignite, as well as the lead, but cut off by Mamba.
What a read there from Mamba. He's going to send that one back out in the Ignite zone. The chain is there. It's going to be handled by Belov. Belov taking the shot, but just a little bit low. NTS Franz did get back to goal, but no telling whether or not he would have been able to get the save. And a good headbutt there from Belov to force a rebound. But, oh, man, Mizuchi getting stunned out. But right over there to Skyla. Skyla trying to go down to the floor there. Belov, and then that one's going to get sent out instead by King and all the way down into the Remainder zone.
That was a lot of good regrabs there, and eventually redirecting into the trajectory of the disc as they go for the pass up top to the nest, just kind of floating outside of the grasp, and now Mamba slaps it through. He's had a lot of those on the bubble area, just causing some of these turnovers, getting those clears, but Ignite going for maybe one more pass. There it is, but saved out right there by some Mamba getting it again. So another attempt. And this is some intense play coming up. And from deep, what is this? Look at all these grabs. Finally a clear goes through. Wow.
That was absolutely ridiculous. I was half expecting someone from one of the teams to open comms that, because that was a lot of back and forth, a lot of steals. But that was a bubble defense from Remainder. As my voice cracks once more, really in high gear there. They're really stopping Ignite from making anything happen. Still a minute and a half to go here, down by 6. They're still not out of the game just yet. Wolf going to walk this one in, looking for a pass option. Sends it to the back there to France. France going to take a shot. That's good for the 2. And now Ignite is going to go up by 8.
That was a great series there. Finally, I mean, first of all, that flurry, ridiculous in itself a couple possessions ago in that blue bubble. But that play right there, I really like Wolf, the patience. You know, very tight situation where you have so many bodies of the defense nearby, and it's really easy to get panicked. But you know what? He recognized that he still had room to maneuver, so he held it, backed it out a little bit, and maneuvered around that floor until he could find that correct pass to get them the shot.
So will be Remainder in possession of the disc here 50 seconds ago. That one's going to get sent down. Looking for, I believe that was Mizuchi over there. It was, but that's going to turn around. VTS can get the hand on that. Going to send this one out so the chains are away. VTS can going to get his own clear here. Going to back that one up to Franz as he didn't have the angle on it, and Franz is going to pop that one up for the 2. Now Ignite is going to go up by 10, and with 30 seconds left, that will be round 2 here to Ignite. Ignite will win this one in 2 against Remainder.
Yeah, and no time remaining as it winds down, and what was just a crazy weekend. Did we? Needless to say, like I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more tired either, but I couldn't be happier with the results we've seen over here. Mamba, one last shot. Why not? It's gonna go in for the 2. But that will conclude the round. It will conclude this stream, and Dimwi, as well as Ignite, as well as Remainder.
Well, I would like to be the first to announce on stream that Wireless Jacks has officially won the day. They have won the Challenger Cup. They did beat Space Force in 2 there. Although Wireless Jacks will be moving on to that closed qualifier. Congratulations to them. That is absolutely phenomenal. They came in. They beat out Spaghetti. They beat out. Who was it? Spaghetti and Ignite, who we just had. Oh my goodness, I'm just so excited for these guys. They beat out Spaghetti, they beat out Ignite, and they have earned their way to that close qualifiers 2 weeks from today against some really massive teams. And I'm so excited for those guys.
Yeah.
Back to this game. Ignite does take this one into over Remainder. Remainder not playing poorly whatsoever. You see so many saves there. Skyla with 4, Mamba with 2, Mizuchi with 1 himself. Points on the board there, 8 to Mamba, 4 to Skyla, 3 to B-Love, Antius Franz with 11, BTS King with 5, Duel with 2, Wolf with 9, Antius Franz with that game high of 11 there. Skyla with the game high saves. Great performance from both these teams here. Ignite is going to come away with this one in 2.
And we're going to come away with, as I was getting at before all that, just a really successful series of streams. I'm quite happy with that, and yeah, like you said, congratulations to Wireless Jacks for sure. In this particular match, congratulations to Ignite. I mean, unfortunately, not able to take that win earlier against Wireless Jacks. Just coming in a bit too hot, quite frankly. I mean, Ignite otherwise has played quite well, as they usually do, and have been for a long time. So, as I said, for all these teams competing today, for all but one of them, this was going to be either a swan song or a taste of what's to come, for next season. And we got both of that here in this last match on Channel 1. With Ignite, the, again, known commodity, as always. And then for Remainder, the newer team, lesser known commodity comparatively, giving us a taste of what to expect going into the coming weeks and months as we do approach the end of the season and go into Season 2 and beyond. So, yeah, with that said, stream, Twitch, you guys over there, the 50-some in this channel and all the rest who've joined throughout the day, had that raid earlier as well from the Master League channel of Onward that pushed us up into, I believe, that 80 zone, 90, somewhere along those lines again. It got pretty lit there for a while, and yeah, I don't know. Talk to me, chat. Are you happy? I'm happy. We're good. Dimwi, thank you for being you, for joining me. This has been fun, exhausting but fun.
Yeah, it has been fun. Long day, but exciting day. And yeah, I'm very excited for Wily Shacks. Very happy for those guys, and really excited now. Really excited now for the close qualifiers in 2 weeks. I really cannot wait.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks. Why 2 weeks? That is way too long to go without.
Thank you, Newton. Thank you, Newton. I see you, buddy.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, Newton. Tempor with the Sir Sword. So is that a Dimwi thing? Sir Sword, Sir Dimwi, either or. See VR.
Sir Sword? That is not me.
It could be, if you want it to be.
Negative. I would not use Sword as a name. No offense to whoever it is. No, that's not me.
Well, fine then. But Channel 2 from VRML rating us as well. So both the channels now here about to conclude, it would seem. So with that said, I mean, thank you again, everyone who contributed across this weekend. I really hope I don't forget names, but I mean, okay, so SirDimwi casting with me. We had so much for subtlety and wit doing cams. We've had Sputnik, Skinny, Swiift, as well as Kung, and Mini Hat, and Shepard almost. If it wasn't for the tornado warning over there earlier on. Am I missing anyone? Because if I am, shame on me. But just there's been a lot of people coming in to help throughout the last few days. And then for the Twitch chat, a lot of hype over the last few days. I mentioned again 51 gifted subs yesterday, a couple thousand bits. You know, I'm still recovering from that one. Just a lot of good stuff. So appreciate you guys. So no casts on this channel, at least in relation to the season, for 2 weeks. But keep in mind once more that Rookie Cup starting up on the 13th and 14th. And some of those matches, at least, will be casted here on VR Master League. So that Rookie Crossplay Cup put together by Hasko, Ducky, and Skinny. Signups are still up there, but with over 100 signups already, we're capped. Capping it at what is it, 160 some.
164.
So, yeah, so 164. And with open beta starting in a couple days, I mean, those slots are bound to fill up. So if you're interested in competing in that Rookie Quest Cup, Crossplay Cup, definitely go to the official Discord, check the community news channel, and you can sign up for that. And that will be, at least some of it will be casted on this channel. But otherwise, that's all we're going to have for the remainder of the next couple of weeks. But it's been fun nonetheless. Zach saying he missed a cast because of a tornado warning. Not a true gamer.
For the record, I'm not entirely certain that's the actual Zach W.
I don't know. Andy, confirm. Either or, though. Nothing else. I mean, it's 2, so it's Tac.
It is? My mistake. I really did. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry. My mistake.
Yeah. So sassy. Just kidding. Sealable bag. Speaking of sassy, just kidding. That has absolutely no relevance whatsoever, but I just had to transition somehow. So sealable bag stopping in the stream. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here, because that gives me an excuse.
Is it? Is it?
What?
Is it about to happen?
It has to.
I wasn't turn my sound on.
I wasn't going to, because it feels wrong.
My sound is on.
Without sealable present.
This is freaky. Do it.
All right. Thank you, Sealable, for stopping by. You have given me all the reason I need to. And granted, this is not the latest one, I don't think, but it's Gopnik no less. So thank you, everyone, for the streams, for the hype, for the bits, for the subs, for all of the love. And from above, my heavens, you guys are great. So hopefully we'll see you before too late. Going into the last section of this stream, SirDimwi, thanks for joining me. We'll see you again real soon. I've been Palidore from my room, and here's Gopnik Bass. Enjoy that, and I'll put you in your place.
Make it a double. Since we're making it a double, I want to warn you that if you're prone to seizures, you're
Door.
don't watch the Caption.
I'm dancing in my chair right now. It also might be the stir craziness. It might be a lot of things contributing to this. But I don't care. You know what? That was good. That was great. Part 2, and then we're peacing out. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Опа, пидорас, рушит город мой хардбас. Пиво, семки и на бас, весь район боится нас.